Well, that's a beer. I don't want a beer. I don't want a beer. I want this. What is going on? You ugly SOBs. Let's fucking do it. Do it. Do it. All right, welcome back. What are we doing here? What do we got? What do we have? Let's take a peek. I'm looking at Solana quick, but let's hop over to the biddy. Daily green dots printing. I'm not convinced till it prints. And even that, we can still throw out a freaking red dot. So I'm just going to work our way down quick because we're at like a make or break zone, where if we don't break above it, we're going to go lower. So let's just hop there, and when I get there, we'll go. I'm just looking at this, right? Not looking at this guy. I was looking at that guy. Get this thing out of here. Where is it? Whatever. 3 hour, 2 hour. Yeah, 2 hour. There it is. 2 hour order block. And we are at the extreme of this range. We're at the high end of the range. We are at premium. We want discount. So when I look at this, it just tells me, like, if we don't break above this, good. Granted, we can always SFP this, but like this is a zone to come up and get smacked back down, right? So that being said, we have a 5-minute change of character coming in. If this closes in 2 minutes, you bet your balls I'm going to be taking it. Who's in here? Smash that like. Give me something in the comments. I'm going to pull it up. Let's see what we got. I was liking Solana, though. And why did I move that? This goes here. There's Solana. Son of a... My buddy just stopped over for lunch. I saw this, and I was like, ooh. Ooh. That's right. You're live. We're live. All right, pop out the chat. Cool beans. All right, we're back up and running. Let's see. ETH structure is looking a little different. Cardano's. I'm just going to pull up the 5-minute on these guys just so we can see them quick. The problem is money flows in the green heavy right now. But we did just have a good move up. So it makes sense. Right? I mean, if you zoom out, right, we came down, we came up, good bounce, boom. I got long here today, and then I went to do some stuff. I got out down here. Wasn't mad at it because we had this, even though my target was the Fibonacci. It's like, I'm going to throw something in a second if this doesn't work. Whatever. I was looking here, right? So we came in and I just closed. No big deal. And the reason being, if you zoom out, I'm gonna look at Solana because that's what I'm looking at. Like, I don't want to miss it, so I'm gonna show you guys what I'm looking at, right? If you want to look at this as a value area, by all means, right? Bounce on the value area low, or we're gonna go to the high, right? Deviation, POC high, POC low. POC. So are we going back up to the high? I'm not too sure. But what I can say is it sucks because you got to break this low, right? But we can do this and come right back up and this still be a bearish retest, right? It could. I'm not saying it's going to happen because we broke bearish, but we did come into overall supply. I mean, there's no denying that, right? We came in. So you got to decipher what it is to you. Are we going down now, or are we gonna come right back up? Is this just going to be a retest back into this fib, back down towards this low? We're going to take some more down here and then rip up, or are we? No, give it a 1 hour. Come in here. We came up. Are we going to break down, right? Get caught up in this guy off of this pull. I'll pull the 4 hour to be cleaner to look at, right? Pull this impulse fib. Come down, grab this liquidity, boom, boom. Or are we just coming down for like a 786 this wick here? Or if not, are we going for this low? Are we coming for this demand zone here? There's one big demand zone here. So there's so many options, guys. So many options. And you drop down to like drop out to like the 5-day. We broke bearish. Yes, we broke bullish to come back in. But we break this low. Excuse me, I'm sorry. What's up, Jet? If we take this low, come down, come back up, boom, like I'm looking here all day. And that's a $30 price, plus or minus. That's not good for people holding spot. So I would just like to be short on it. This needs to retrace because I was waiting for this. What's ETH doing? My ETH structure sucks. We won't even bother. Bitcoin, we do got a little jazz up here, so maybe it'll all bounce back a little bit. Supply, just do that for ease of everything. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Oh boy, excuse me, guys. Do you hear my wife in the background? I don't hate that. Let's see this quick. 2 minute, give me a 5 minute. Make it bearish. Overall, guys, right, we only need to come into this zone here. That's all we need. But I'm not in, so I'm going to be a little optimistic that we're going to do something like this. And I'm thinking about doing this with my fibs. What do you guys think about this? Just making them black. What do you think of that? No, she's opening up Amazon boxes. So I'm looking for this. If we can get up in here, I would like this a lot. I really would. Come on, baby. Because if you look at this, right, this is the zone for many reasons. So let me do this. Looking at the 15, because the 15 is you don't have any structure on the hourly here, right? We break there, but you're looking for somewhat a little bit of structure. There's really nothing. Here, this is not structure, but you can still see the supply zones. So if you do this, broke out, mitigation. Weak break, but we mitigated. Pretty much the same shit here, right? We came down. We never came back. We never came back for this guy either, but we blew through this. And now look where we're hesitating. Well, your fib, it's the golden pocket. This is also I think it's an hourly order block as well, right? So it's an hourly order block. Boom. It is unmitigated supply on the lower time frames, right? Let's jump out of 12, see if it had it. 6. Bite. Probably not because we had a big pump here. That's okay. I don't care. To me, this is just a zone that makes sense to project from. And that's exactly what we're doing. I wish I can extend it only so far, right? Why does it got to go on forever? It's really annoying. Sometimes, at least. And that's a little too dark. What if I go 50% with it? Is that right? That'll stay. All right, let's see. And what do we right now? All we're doing, we're having a little hesitation here. That's all this is. So if we can come back up, I'm looking for a short here to blast right through, and then I'd be looking for something like this. Oopsies. I'd be looking for something down here, and I'd be looking for to move up because I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is the up before the down or if this is the break. This is a retest, and now we're going to go. We got some trigger waves coming in. I can't ignore it, guys. 15 minutes, got green money flow 12, it's got the green money flow 10, 24. Yeah, like it's tough for me to think this is not going to give us a move up. It's tough, right? And I mean, you look at the value area overall, like it would just make sense. Let's get rid of this guy. If we're looking at it macro wise, it would make a lot of sense for this thing to just kind of roll right back up right towards this area, if not higher. But what's the daily looking like? Yeah, so we're still bearish in the daily, right? So even if we come up higher, we still have like this whole zone that we can come into and still remain bearish on the daily, guys. Like you need to understand that, right? There can be more liquidity up there. There can be another reason to come in. We can SFP this high right here and then come back down. So what am I doing? Hoping it freaking comes back up for me. That's what I'm doing. And the reason I didn't use the 1 minute because the 1 minute broke here and then broke bullishly, so I hopped up to the 2 minute. Actually, this fucked me too. It doesn't matter, but it would have been the same thing. Or not the same, because we wouldn't have this change up here, but 3 minute. Yeah, see, it didn't matter. It doesn't matter. Any hoosers. And I'm being quiet because my kids sleep. This one's going to be a quick one, guys. I do have stuff I got to do. We went out to lunch, got some pizza. I got back, and I was like, all right, let me hop on quick while I look at it, because I got long this morning. I got short and long this morning. And then I got out of my long too early because we were going to lunch. But so I was short yesterday. I got short here, and I got stopped out right here. Not the best. I should have taken profits down there, but it all happened. I had Hallie, so it all happened fast, right? That's, yeah, one. Even call this 2 o'clock. Say I got in 2 o'clock, 2:30 doesn't matter. I have Hallie after 5, so it's really difficult for me to pay attention to this stuff. So it's still 4-1, right? Oh no, that wasn't even the one. It was this one. It caught me right here, 940. Right, because every time it made a new low, I just put it right to it, right? I'm not giving it any wiggle room. Like, just get me the fuck out. And that's what happened. But it's still a 5-1. I'm not mad at it. What's up, Cookie? And this morning, because I did see this break too, and I was like, I'm not taking this shit. But I saw this. Yeah, I'm just making sure. Actually, I think I did it on Sol though. Hold on. Yeah, I did this on Sol, right? Because this is where we broke, came bullish, boom, boom, boom. This is an absolute zone to come right back down into said liquidity, however it's going to be. Right? I pulled this fib. Okay, and there's the fibberoonie I pulled. And we came right the fuck into it, right? So I woke up, I saw this break here, boom. We came back up. I got out of bed, got my kid breakfast, got my coffee. I sat down. It was like right around here. And I was like, oh, I'm late. I'm late. I just market smashed because this is definitely a 786 rejection here. Look at that. Boom. Boom. Right? This freaking, look at this, right? Look at the oscillator. Down, 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 down. This one is in correlation with all of them. Oh, hold on. Where does that start? All right, yeah, cool. It's this guy here. All right, look at it. They're all following suit. Right? Just another level for Brian sometimes. I would have gotten in right here. I would have market smashed right to the second I saw this freaking candle close. I would have. That's not what I want. Short. I would have done this. Boom. I probably would have. I would have covered this high right here. This wick. This guy. Boom. If I got my entry that I wanted, I of course did not. We came down into here, and I got out right here. I had a perfect exit, except I got in. Let's just say like I got in like right there. I won't. Yeah, about halfway, a little less than halfway through the move I got in, but it just continued straight down, right? So it is what it is. But that's when I got. Oh my God, I suck. So I saw this. We got the flip, right? We got the flip. However, I did not care about any of this shit, right? So what I saw, bullish divergence in a high confluence theory, right? Remember, we broke bullish, right? Now we have two objectives, right? One is to come into this guy, right? To go short, which we tapped in. But we have an hourly order block up here. This is my fib pull, right? Even if you want to pull this fib from the top here, you can do that too. I don't care how you pull it. They're not always going to win, right? They're not always going to work. So you got to figure out when and where and why. You got to run with that. But I wanted this zone. So I was like, okay, this is going to be a higher low, and we're going to continue. Then I got out here because I went to lunch. No, not here. I got it like 11. Yeah, it was like this. It was this candle here, this candle, which is fine. It is what it is. And then we did exactly that. So I got long way the fuck down there, and I didn't wait for the break. I did not wait for the break. Did I wait for the break? Hold on, let me look. Maybe I did. I don't want to lie to you. Let's see. I don't think I waited for the break. I think I got in like right here as we were coming up. I said, fuck it, we're going. Let me open up my futures. Order history. Where's my Solana long? So I got in at 850. On open time, Solana long. Today's the 2nd, right? Yeah, 7-2. Yes, 850.35. So I got in right here. Yep, right here. Boom. Covered low, and I wanted high. I wanted all of it. I wanted this. But I didn't get it because I got out. So like I said, I got out somewhere like in here. No big deal. Good trade. It was a good trade. I had some good percentage. Here we go, baby. Hold on, I got to fix something quick. I got a limit order in. I had a limit order down here in case we came back from here. But we are clearly not doing that, so hang tight. Bear with me. Baby, grind on me. Let's get rid of that. I just want to be able to get it ready. So just hang tight. Hang tight. Always hang tight. Keep it tight. So I'm going to go this guy. All right, let's see. Look at that. Yeah, that'd be that's the zone. Mm-hmm. 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 But where's my... There's an order block here, too. Is there an order block up here? Yeah, there is. Oh, it's a 2-minute. That's why. I don't have 2-minute on my thing. There is a 3-minute as well. So if that would be the case, if it were to want to go for the 3 minute, it's fine. But is this just a bearish break for a continuation? That's the shit. Thank you, Pierre. Yeah, you know what? Fuck this. I'm about to put a limit in. Copy price. Well, I can't copy price here. Hold on. Gotta go to a different screen. Sometimes she's stubborn. Sometimes she is stubborn. Just like all good girls are. No, I want to go short. Paste. It's not cooperating just yet, but that's fine. We'll find it. We'll find it. It may not be right now. I mean, look at the oscillator. The oscillator's not saying it's going to come back just yet. On the 2, the 5 minute is saying it could. 6 minute, 10 minute, 12 minute, 15 minute. They're all saying it could. They're all saying it could. I'm just looking at the money flow. It's all I give a hoot about. I'm going to get rid of this big guy. And then I got to pull a fib actually over here. Tight. Bear with me. I can't pull a fib over here. Okay. That's right. If that's the case, I'm getting short there. So if I'm going to get short there, guys, what I'm going to be looking for target-wise, so I got a lot of shit going on here. Just bear with me. We broke bearish. If we come back up, if this is truly the high, right? If we're not going to come up into this guy, which is the other thing you got to notice, right? Because this fib inside of my fib is pulled from the all-time high. I'm pulling it from an impulse because we kind of had a lower time frame retest, right? Came up, so I'm going to pull from this guy, which doesn't mean I'm right. So, like I said, grain of salt. I'll just stick with the 2 hour. It's easy to see. So we did this. I don't know why I didn't draw it as such, but we did this. Boom, 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 and we broke. So I'm looking to come up to here and to roll. That's what I'm looking for. But where would my take profit be? If I'm getting here, I'm taking profit here for sure because this is gonna be this is gonna be a really good entry, and I'm gonna be taking profit here, and then I'm gonna be looking 786. But then you got to keep bigger picture in mind. This is an SFP. If this plays out, I'm looking at this 786 down here. I'm looking at this wick on the golden pocket. We do have a mitigated order block. Barely. Let me see something quick. Oh, we do got a little Jimmy John down there. Hell yeah. Yep. Oh, I don't hate that at all, guys. I don't hate that at all. We have this one too. You can combine these, to be honest, if you wanted to. It's just a zone, right? A zone of confluence. Because I'm going to be looking here. This is the fib I'm going to be pulling for my take profits, give or take. So that's a 786. So, yeah, I mean, if we go find the short here, we're going to have TP1. Actually, I may even try and skip that. I may go TP1 here, TP2 this guy, TP3 this guy, and fully out this OB. Let's see. Let's see if that plays. Because what would be pretty cool is if we can even break this low, come into this demand, put some bullish divergence in for all you spot holders and permabulls, right? If we do this, come down, and this does this, and we have divergence here. Maybe. That's what I'm going to be looking for now. That's the idea Brian likes. That's what Daddy likes. Anybody makes money on that trade, you owe me 50%. Exactly. Just bear with me here. I'm just trying to be a bear. Uh, so I did that just so I can, let me open up. I want to set this whole thing because if my kid wakes up, I want to have it all set. I don't want to be running around just thinking about this. I got the father-in-law coming over soon. All right, this is it right here. Cool. Copy. Copy. That'd be a banger. Open that short. Open that short. Let's see if it happens though. Let's see if it happens. Let me say it again. Let's see if it happens. Let's see. Don't risk too much. Don't risk too much. I mean, we don't even have to get up here, right? We don't have to. So just be very aware that we do not have to get up there. But we did break bearish. So, and even that, we didn't come back and mitigate nicely. At least, I mean, we did. We did mitigate, right? We broke out, and then this candle came back in. But we have an order block here. It looks like on the no. It's not an order block. What am I on the 10? Let's go to the 12. Let's go to the 15. Mitigated. I could have swore. Here it is. This is relevant, and I'll show you why. I'll show you why this is relevant. 786. 786, unmitigated order block. So another good place to bounce. Yeah, this short, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna watch it here, see if it breaks through. But ideally, down here is what I want. But we got to break this guy, right? So I should be looking here, probably TP1, and then I'll hold, see what happens. TP2, TP3, TP4 here. I don't even care if it gets down here. Maybe I'll leave like 10%. Excuse me, maybe I'll leave 10%. I don't really care. What's up, Pickles? Just got out of my training and education for today. Been on the charts all day though. I'm waiting for that BTC short. That should be coming soon. Yeah, so I just put a limit in up here. I'll put it on my chart for you quick. Not saying it's gonna happen, but I'm doing this. 786 in the order block, covering the high of that wick, and boom, and we're looking down. Right? It could be a banger trade. It can, or I can just, which I wouldn't be surprised about. It's just 2 o'clock. My hit rate after fucking 9 or 9, like 10:30, 11, definitely goes down until the afternoon. This like mid afternoon New York session for me is not always the best because even though we broke bearishly, we did just grab demand to go higher. Only reason I'm saying we could continue down is because we are in the golden pocket and we just mitigated this unmitigated supply up here. And after this supply, there's a big move down, right? So I like to think there's a lot of orders left. Let me lower this. I was messing around with the trading view paper trading because I want to be able to import it into something, but it's a pain in the balls to do. I gotta, maybe if anybody here is really good at it, maybe hit me up because a lot of times I get in stuff and then I want to do it on trading view. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to worry about getting in the trade on trading view. I just want to worry about mapping it out, get in the trade, and then go back and do everything and then import it so that I can do what I got to do for my journal. It depends it depends where we are. Okay. So like if I'm going to TP here, I'll just take like 20% off, right? Maybe 25 at most. If I don't TP here, this is going to be 25% here. I got to zoom out. Hold on. Let's do this. We come up because this is my thought process, right? I'm also gonna watch this trade. So here it is. If this is a 3 hour break and we're going lower, we're going for this low. So this is gonna be number one. Then I want this guy. It's gonna be number two. Then I want this 786 here, 3, and this guy's gonna be 4. I will do 25, 25%, 25%, 25%, 20. So it'd be, I don't know, you have to break it down, right? In a nutshell, it'd be 25, 25, 25, 25. But it may be like 25, 30, however it breaks down, right? Because once you take 25% out, now you only have 75% left. It's like, I don't even know. Let's see. It'll tell you once you take your profits. And then when you go to take more profits, it's different. It'll do the math for you. Like you're going to want to take another 25% out of what's left, right? And then like after you do that twice, you should only have, you have about 50% of your trade left in, right? So you should be able to do 50%, 50%. Or 33%, the second one, 50, 50, I don't fucking know. But typically it's 25, 25, 25. If I do something like that, unless I really, really think it's great, I will hold and I'll skip up TP1 and I'll go right to TP2. And then TP2, sometimes I'll do like 50% here. And then I'll do like the existing 20%, 20% or 25, 25. It just depends what it looks like. But for the most part, I try and do even amounts. Unless it looks really, really good, then I'll shoot for the low. And maybe I'll do like 25% here, 25% here, and then I'll even target this last guy for the rest 50. Like I said, it just depends how it looks. So because sometimes it screams at you guys. Sometimes it screams. I mean, the R&R will still be there, especially on trades like this. But sometimes it's just like yelling at you. It's like taking candy from a baby. But you just got to be patient and let those trades come. Don't try and force all those trades in between. It's going to make you give the money back. Because when you see them, you hit them. And you hit them hard. Oh, sorry. I got a couple of things. I covered that trade, right? You guys are good. I'm going to do the 786 because it's on this 2 and 3 minute order block, 5 minute order block here. Stop loss above the wick of the order block. And I'm targeting, I just have it down here, but like I'm honestly, full TP can get crazy, right? Full TP can get crazy down here on the 886 area. I would just take the top of this order block here, be done. Or you can even, if you want, you can even try and target the low. And then if you see some change, just take it out in that area. It depends if you're watching. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem too, because when you hit those bangers and you don't take your TPs, like it's great, but how many times is that not going to play out? So it's definitely important to try and secure some profits. You just got to find out what's going to allow you mentally to stay in your lane, right? What's going to keep you on track. Okay, but no, all right. Now let's look at this quick. Let me delete this shit. And because what you're saying right there may not be a bad thing. All right, let's say we'll just use this chart. Okay, we're just going to use this chart. We'll take these trades for instance, right? We break, you get stopped out. Okay, we break, you get in. Where are you targeting? Down here? We don't hit it yet. You got to target the low. So taking a lot out at the low, this is the target. This is the technical target. That's a great thing, right? We came down, we went back up. So you took 50% out here, move your stop loss to break even, but you're hoping eventually we come down to here. You get stopped out. Okay, so now you made 50%. Awesome trade, man. Good job. Delete. Now we come up. You see we swing fail these highs, whatever time frame you're looking at. Like that's how I would look at it. And you get some confirmation entry, whatever it's going to be. Remember, this is all best case scenario. Say you get in here, okay? Your technical target's the low. We come and hit the low. And we don't even go much lower. We don't. We come into this guy, yeah. But like, what if we didn't, right? What if we just came down and went back up again? And you're hoping for this, but you could have had 2-3 trades in between. So if you can stomach it, meaning get out and leave, like get out on your terms, that's what you should be doing. I'm not saying don't leave a runner, right? If you want to, maybe if you want to get out, like you hit your target, you're taking 50, 75% out, and you're leaving 25% as a runner. Not a bad idea. Down here, right? We flip, boom, we flip bullish. Okay, you're like, we came into demand. Maybe we're going to roll up. We're looking here. Whether you're limiting or you're not waiting for a change of character, whatever you get long, you get stopped out. Part of the game. You come up, we break bullish again. We come down, we SFP it. Maybe you do get long on this. Even if you get stopped out up here somewhere, you get in on this again, right? And you take it up. Here's the problem. We didn't make it to the high. We made it to the golden pocket. So you have to just see how it looks, right? This is working here because this is the higher time frame. So if I'm looking at like a 15-minute in the same area, you stupid mother, like we broke bearish here, like, and I knew we were coming down to here because if once we break this low, there's nothing down here. But I didn't think we were going to go lower at this point in time due to many factors. I thought we were coming up before potentially coming low. And right now it looks to be playing out pretty good. But if you're going to break, say you break a 15-minute high, or yeah, right, you come up, you break it, and you get in on this retest, but you don't have, but now everything's looking bullish though, right? Say like even the 4-hour, you're looking bullish, right? So maybe you have like a little different structure 4-hour wise. So here you have an SFP. So now the question is, we have bearish divergence, we have a swing failure pattern on the 4-hour. I mean, how much higher are we going to go before we turn back down if this SFP is a true SFP? Or are we going to break through it and rotate back towards that value area high or this high up here or whatever high it may be? That's the tough part. How do you, that's why taking these pieces out is good, guys, because it doesn't always have to do it. And sometimes the stars align so good, it's like, yeah, you can stretch that, take profit. And you'll see those. You'll see them, or you should see them. If you don't see them, you'll see them one day. Like I got long here. I didn't TP here. My TP was set here. I wanted full in, full out up here, but I had shit to do, so I left like an idiot. It is what it is. It's just my stop loss to break even, let it go. But I would have been pissed if I didn't secure the profits. I should have told my wife I wasn't going to lunch, but we're not going to argue. So like this guy here, right? What is this guy doing? Okay, we didn't even take this high. You could maybe put it at this high, right? Because once we break this, the next high is this high. Grab that liquidity before we retrace down. But now you're playing a lot of games, right? So if you get in down here, let's just say you got in like right there, right? And you're going to cover this low because you got it nicey nice. It's a 3-1. All right, maybe you can stretch it a little bit. Maybe you want to push for a 5-1, but you're going to have to stomach a lot more. Like this, watch. Because this is what we were looking at the other day, right, guys? I'm like, you know what? I really do think we're coming up into this, and I think we're going to come right to this guy, right before it frickin' drops. That's what I think we're doing. Look at that. How did I know? And you want to just do that? Now you got yourself call it a 4.5-1 for argument's sake. That's an awesome trade. It's an awesome trade. You may not feel that way if you're trading with $100, $1,000, but you're trading with 10,000. You're trading with 100,000. You're trading with $1 million. To make 4.5%, right, after fees. I mean, just argument's sake, let's say, and that's on 1x leverage. So say you're willing to risk 2%. We'll just, for argument's sake, we'll do it 2. So that'll be, we'll call it 7 after fees. We'll just call it an 8% win, right? So if you do 100 grand, 8% is 8,000. I don't know why I had to do the math on that. If you have $1 million, that's 80 grand, right? So like that's good money, guys. Yeah, I mean, and that can change, right? There's times for you to be a machine, And I'm going to say the times for you to be a machine is every single time until it's screaming at you. And when I say screaming at you, no doubt. You don't want doubt. Because I'm telling you, there's times where you're like, oh, it could, it may not. Fuck it. If it goes, it goes, man. Find another one. I'm still working on that myself. But there's times I'm like, oh, it's going. And I know it's going to hit this, and I'm going to take out 50%. And if it goes again, I'm taking out another 50, and I'll leave a runner. Or fuck it, I don't care. Like this will be a huge bounce zone. Let me take it all, and let me reboot the engine because I will find another trade. Right. So now I just compounded my account. Now I have more money, and I'm going to start over, which is it's fine because I'm not trying to catch. Say Bitcoin hit 100 grand and went down, bear market started. I don't care if it goes down to 50 grand from there. There's so much in between. They're great trades. They're great fucking trades, and do your research. Make your journals. See what your win rate is and what your average R&R is, right? And I'm not saying if you have a hypothetical loss, that doesn't count, right? If you have a hypothetical 15-1 and you don't win that trade, it doesn't count. If you plan out a trade that's a 15-1 and it hits, that can go in towards your average, right? And it's going to count against those 2-1s that don't really work out because let's say you had a 4-1 planned and plans change in fucking an hour, 2 hours, 15 minutes even, and you didn't break through a supply or demand or some resistance line that you thought we would. We got to change the character. You exited. Now it's a 1.5-1. That's okay, but that'll count towards your stuff. So that'll also tell you, can I risk maybe 1.5%? Can I risk 2%? Or do you have super, 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 super good discipline? Are you only taking those trades that are screaming at you? Are you only taking, let's say 3 to 6 trades a week? Maybe even 5 to 10 trades a month, even. Maybe you can risk fucking 5%. I don't know if you have an 80% win rate, but you're taking these higher time frame trades with low time frame entries, and you're averaging that 10 to 20-1s. You could probably be up the bar. You got to do the math, but do your own research, do your own math. You need to have confidence. Yes, like what I'm working on now is until they're screaming at me, taking my correct profits. If I am in on a 5-minute trade like this one here, right? We're on a 5-minute trade. We come up. The problem is I think this is going to be the target. It's like if things start to look a little sketchy, I will get out here. But the problem is on the higher time frames, this is saying this could be a point to roll down even more. So I got to give it room to grow, room to play. But if say we're here, right? Let's just go to the left. Say we're here somewhere. Say I get in here, okay? I don't know what's coming back all the way up here. I don't fucking know that. I have no idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in here, and I'm likely taking profit out at this high. If not this high, definitely this order block. And maybe I'm out 50, 75%, and I'll see if I can hold a runner, especially after all this jargon. You got a good place to put your stop loss into profit, and now you can add to the trade, right? Because it's not so cut and dry. But it's not so cut and dry, guys. There's a lot of thought that goes into this, unless you're like a machine, unless you want that. And then again, right? So let's say you're trading with $1 million, and you make, I don't know, you make 2 to 5% a day. There's 2 ways to look at it, right? You get in here, and boom, you make 5%. There's 50,000. Are you gonna hold a lot of that trade for it to come back, or are you gonna take that hard-earned 50 grand, right? Or are you gonna say, well, if I take 50 off or 75, I can let it run, and then maybe I'll have a TP here, right? And a TP here, and a TP here, and then TP here. I'm all out up here if that happens. Yeah, so like every time is different. The only thing that's staying the same is the target that's in front of your face, right? Like I said, If you enter a 5-minute trade, that technically, this trade that I'm trying to get in, this low would be the technical target. Because if we're coming up, we're in this zone on the 5. It doesn't matter, even if it was the 15, right? But the structure, let's go 5. The structure I'm going off of is a 5-minute structure. We come up, we come down. Now, wouldn't it suck if we just came up, came down, came up, came down? There's so many trades in between. So there's so many different ways to think. You got to figure out what you can stomach. And when things are screaming and you're in an area where you think like, okay, wait a second, if I can grab, like this, right? If I can grab a 0.33 stop loss, and and maybe we're rotating back towards the bottom. Now you don't have to hit this, guys, right? You can just take your profit here. It's a 30-1, right? Take 80% off, 90% off, leave 10 to run, take another 10 off here, take another 10 off here, and then you reboot the fucking engines. And I'm not in. You can always add to these trades too, but eventually, right, there's going to be chop. So the way I look at it, you're going to find another trade. It's going to reset. It's going to range. It's going to retest to break a structure. Eventually, you take it. Yeah, but think about it, right? If you're on the right exchange and you're at the high volume times, and you want to make it's got to be a Bitcoin trade, Bitcoin or Ethereum most likely, and you want to do I'm just going to go back to a lower time frame so I can watch this. I'm going to get rid of this because we just mitigated it, and I'm just going to, we'll keep that. I don't care. We're going to get rid of this guy though. And now you have $2 million. That $50,000 trade is now a $100,000 trade. So at what point is it greed? And at what point is it like, listen, I'm going to take my 50 G's, or, I'm going to take 50, I'm going to try and stretch to 75. But when shit's screaming at me, that's when I'm going to make my fucking, I'm going to do fucking, 50% that day, that 2-3 days. When it's screaming at me, then I'm going to make 500 fucking grand. To me, I feel like that's kind of the way to do it, right? Get in, get out. But when it's screaming at you and you're like, hold up, like I have put so much time and effort, and I now have an edge on the market where I have seen this time and time again play out. I have been in these trades, bare minimum, we should be looking at this 90% of the time, 80% of the time. Then you hold it. Besides that, take those G's, man. Take the 50 G's. Say you're trading with 10 million. You're telling me you wouldn't take 100 grand a day? You can't always trade with 10 mil, but you get the picture. I mean, you can, but you're going to have a lot of slippage. It's got to be a good move. A lot of times, I don't think that would be worth it. Like people make $50,000 a year. You're going to tell me you're going to? Yeah, I know you will, because I would do it too. Like the greed kicks in. Wait a second, I just made 50 grand in a couple minutes. Like, why can't it be 250 grand? Why can't I do 100 fucking? I got in. I'm on 15x. If it goes down to here, I'm going to make fucking, 1.3 million on $1 million trade. It doesn't have to happen. So just chip away, because if there's anything I've learned, it's preserving your capital and growing your capital. You need to chip away always. If you round trip something, all your time and hard work are for nothing. Nothing. It's not even a lesson learned unless you fix it next time. If you don't fix it next time, it's not a lesson learned. You're just a fucking idiot. You're making mistakes. I'd say it like that because I've done it. Nah, fuck that. I don't want mil. 1 mil? What the hell's 1 mil? Be nice, but nah. I want to buy $1 million boat. I want to buy $1 million house. I want my parents to sit fucking pretty, go do what you want. I want my in-laws. Where do you want to go? Here. You go. Go. Live your best life. I want my nephews, my nieces, my brothers, sisters, brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, my best friends. There you go. I'm not saying they're not going to be out. They're going to have to work. But if I could take a little ease off of their mortgage payment, or, maybe pay for like a big old family vacation, just go to like fucking, I don't know, Italy or some shit like that. That's the shit I want to do. The experiences I want to bring humbly to my loved ones. Not just my family, my friends too, because my friends, my close friends, and they know it. they're the family I chose, right? So I got a lot more love for those people than I do some bloodline, you know. Yeah, like Pierre, like I hear you. Like some people's goal may be a million, but for me, the goal is not a million. The goal is 100 million. The goal is two, three, four, $500 million. The goal is the goal is to live a life through my hard work and dedication that others can benefit. That will make everyone's lives better, right, and more joyful. Right, money doesn't fix all your problems, but for some people, it'll fix it. It helps a lot. Like I don't want much. I literally just want a boat. If I can have two boats, that'd be great, right? One boat will be like an office, and one boat will be just like a fishing boat. That's like that way. I don't want to have to go to an office. I'd rather be on a boat on my office. Like those are the things I want, right? I want to go put my kid in all the camps in the world, whatever school she wants to go to, whatever college she wants to go to. If she wants to go to college, if she doesn't want to go to college, let's sit down and talk about it. What do you want to do? You know, my wife wants to retire, be a stay-at-home mom. She wants to do some traveling, get the girls together. You fucking go. I'm staying here. I got trading and shit to do. I got the boys. The boys are coming over tonight. We're doing poker. You go where you want to go. You know, it's have a vacation house. I'm not saying any of this is ever going to happen, but those are my goals. Those are my goals. Like me growing up, like my father he didn't have a lot of money. He worked 7 days a week. Only time he took off was when we had a sporting event, and he would work 12 to 16-hour days. But I had the brand new baseball bat every year. Fuck, I had two brand new baseball bats a year. I had quads. I had go-karts. I had golf carts. We had a huge fucking house, the pool. We hosted all the picnics and the parties. Like when Nicole was still pregnant with Hallie, because my parents don't live in that house anymore. They got rid of it because everybody left and the house was fucking huge. He also ran his own business, so he's not doing that anymore. So it was just entirely too big. I mean, he was paying $16,000 a year in property tax. His electric bill was never on the low end $600 a month. In the summer months, it was upwards of $1,800. Ridiculous. So they got out of there. But I drove down the street and I bawled my fucking eyes out, and I just had so many nostalgic moments of just seeing us, like me and my friends up and down on the snow days, taking the quads out, doing donuts, doing shit we weren't supposed to do. But and I had a moment. I was like, wait a second. How the fuck am I gonna? I want to give my family that, and I was making $120. I could not give my family that. I'm telling you right now. Me and my wife were making the same money. She was making more than I was. Right? We'll call it. We were pulling in $250,000, and we could not live that life. We could not. It's a different day and age. Houses cost way more, right? Yes, the interest rates are more back then, but there was more cash deals back then. Groceries were cheaper, gas was cheaper, like everything was cheaper. Then I was like, I got to do something. I got to figure something out to be able to, one, be happy, but two, try and give my family the shit that I want to give them. And a lot of it resonates on what I just spoke of. And this is how I found crypto. This is how I found trading. This is how I found Kyle. How I found you guys. I believe this is my path. I fucking love this stuff. And I believe this can take me and give me what I want and what I want to give to others. Also, my parents will never retire. They can't retire. They'll get Social Security and they'll just live in their house because they'll have enough to get the groceries and pay the bills, and they don't do anything. They never save money. They spent it all, right? My dad owned his own business, only worked by himself, maybe had a guy for a few years, maybe no more than 10 years. He had one or two guys working with him. He's probably pulling in $300,000-400,000 a year. A lot of it cash. He spent all of it on the family. We had a good fucking time. But now he's got nothing. That shit's scary. Not that he needs much. He's a very simple person. It was never for him. He bought for everybody else. He coached the baseball teams. We had kids in the team who were really good. Parents were strugglers, right? They had to work 2-3 jobs. My dad went out and bought a fucking Ford Excursion so he can take half the baseball team, to an hour away for a travel game. Right? And I'm not saying that was pennies to him. Like that definitely hurt his pocket, but Just like I want to be able to do those things, right? I want to be able to just want to be able to help people in a different way. Help those that are trying to help themselves while trying to live my best life, but instilling that in others. That's all I want. That was a rant. That's really all I want. So, long story short, the goal is not just a mill. I'll tell you what, though, I feel like if I make 1 mil, making 10 mil is going to be a breeze because I can turn $100 into $1,000 in a week, 2 max. Granted, things would change. Things would have to change, right? Bigger money, it changes. But I could take maybe 5 trades every 1 to 2 weeks and just be chilling. Hell yeah. That sounds nice to me. Maybe do a live on here with you assholes every now and again just to keep it moving. We need tax deductions, right? I can't just vanish. I gotta have stuff to write off. I'm not giving the government my money. I'd rather spend it for the business on a good time and let people enjoy it. You know? I've round tripped several bangers, yeah. Well, so here's the thing, Pierre. If you make $1 million truly trading, and I'm not saying getting lucky, I'm not saying in a dozen trades, I'm not saying that you over leveraged and Bitcoin just went up 1,200% and you 100x $1,000 account. And then that helped you get there, right? And then you got a couple lucky ones and now you're there. Yeah, get the fuck out. You're a lucky son of a bitch. But if you got there and you're a true trader and you got there with skill and with knowledge and I don't think like, you have the patience, the dedication, the discipline to do what you need to do, money is your bottleneck now. It will not be hard. If you do it properly and you know how you're doing it and you know what you did and how you did it and you can repeat, clearly you can because you just made $1 million. To me, there's no reason to do anything else. If you're looking for something to keep you busy, fine. But if you make it to $1 million in, I mean, fuck, even if you call it 100 trades, 200 trades, 500 trades, that's enough. You have a handle on things. You can keep going. But the second you say, I got $1 million, I have a little bit to lose. Well, no, now you're going to give it all back. So you might as well just give it to Brian. I'll take it. I'll put it to good use. I'll donate some of it every year. We smashing that like button or what? Let's take a peek. Excuse me. 4 likes, 1 watching. That doesn't make sense. That's why I was not even on the right thing. Hang on. Yeah, 10 watching, 7 likes. I like that. 3 guys, 3 bada bings. Like it. I was not even planning on being on this long, but I want this trade to play out. Moo moo. What's up, man? Says 9. Mine says 10. So who knows? Let's see. I'll refresh again. Yeah, it still says 10. I don't care. It's not like it's a few hundred, It's still the only people that are important. Well, yeah, it said 1, and then I had to refresh that. Then it bumped it up. Why did I just lose my elite membership on InvestAshare? I tell you what, I trade candlesticks. I don't know shit about the back end. You have to put a help ticket in or message Kyle. Thank you, Cal. Dude, this pissing me off right now. This needs to. Yeah, see this is what I'm saying, right? So it looks this green dot or red dot prints. This money flow comes down a little bit. Give us up a little bit. Get us come up. We don't have to because we came into our zone. This is our zone. Appreciate you, Brett. How long am I going to hold my soul chart? What do you want to look at Bitcoin? You know what you mean? It's the same thing. We're waiting on the same thing over here too. And ETH. Oh my goodness. Oh, never mind. Yeah, ETH is. Damn, this hurts my fucking heart. I almost got long down here last night, so I was S&P went to sleep. I don't even want to look at that. That's gonna piss me off. But maybe this will follow then. I mean, because money flow is coming up, guys, right? Money flow is coming up. 1 hour, 2 hour, kind of. 4 hour trigger wave. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this trade is wrong. That's why you risk 1%. Yeah, maybe I am wrong. I don't know. I just feel like it has to come a little lower to grab a little more before it makes the rip. Five-day trigger, weekly trigger, 4-day trigger. We may got some shit coming in. Oh my God. Oh, well, I can't wait to see what tomorrow looks like if it looks this juicy right now. I'm still gonna hold this. I'm gonna hold the trade, but I don't know if it's gonna do it. We're gonna hold the course, guys. I think that's all I got. I think I'm gonna get off. How long have I been in here for? I've been in here for an hour now. Fuck. My heart hurts as well. Let's see. On this guy, you should move it up a little too soon, brother. Yeah, it's. I mean, obviously now it's a good one, but the problem I saw was this. Right, we have bearish divergence coming in. We're making higher highs. I probably would have covered this low. I would probably have covered that low a little good guy. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm getting off. I think it's time, and I appreciate you all stopping by. Much love. I'll be around tomorrow, so we'll catch you then. Peace.